my baby, my Valentine, yeah. Boy, now you done making my temperature rise. If you leave me, I go die. I swear, you are like the...
Hi guys, my name is Nonema Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about something very important. Ne? Guys, the question that I have is that, hey, I don't know if we've asked ourselves this, because the credibility and origin of the entire breakthrough narrative, if that first link of the chain is questionable, everything that follows becomes very vulnerable, guys. But now, okay, let's break this down, because I'm really questioning a lot of things. Firstly, was it normal for Zungu to go to General Lishebane? First, was it normal? Why go to General Lishebane, who is just a cluster commander? I think not. The answer from my side is no. Not in an ordinary chain of command. It doesn't make sense. Not at all. It doesn't make sense. A cluster commander like General Lishebane is a regional operational head, oversees multiple stations, not the head of detectives for a provincial or national priority case. Why go to him? In a case like the murder of Senzo Meyiwa, the proper channels would typically be investigating officer, which is an IO, station commander or detective branch commander, provincial serious or violent crimes unit, eventually national structures like the cold case unit under Bongani Gininder. Now, tell me, so Zungu bypassing all of that immediately raises a red flag. Tell me, how is that even possible? Secondly, so why would Zungu go to Lishebane? There are only a few realistic explanations, and each one has implications for me. Possibility yokuqala, trust or protection perhaps. Zungu may have believed Lishebane was independent from his immediate superiors, or he could protect him from retaliation. That could be that, ne? I don't know. I'm just asking. Zungu allegedly feared Bongani Gininder and needed someone above but outside that structure. Then that would explain why he didn't go through formal channels, why he needed a shield, perhaps. But it creates another problem, though. Why not go directly to IPIT, the police watchdog? Why not go to a provincial commissioner? Why Lishebane per se? Another possibility, pre-arranged route, more strategic plan, spontaneous. This is where things get very, very interesting. If Zungu says, a senior official advised me to go to Lishebane, then that suggests this was not a random decision. Someone directed the flow of information. Now ask yourself this: who benefits if the information lands with Lishebane? Like, there's a lot, guys. Police. Someone may try to, someone may, hey, why is he bypassing the data? Someone trying to control how okay, maybe there's someone who did not want the information to go to Kinet. I don't know. Maybe someone was trying to control how the information is introduced. Maybe someone trying to create a parallel narrative early. All of this now, it doesn't make sense. It starts looking less like a whistleblower or more like a managed entry point for a story. What was happening right there? Also, another possibility is the narrative engineering. There is a narrative engineering happening here. Perhaps from a defense perspective, this is where the real attack comes in. Okay? If Zungu didn't follow procedure, was directed by an unknown senior official and landed with someone outside the formal investigative chain, then a defense can come and argue the story was not discovered originally. It was channeled, shaped, or influenced. But by who? And that feeds directly into all the themes that we've been placing here on record, guys. Evidence was created, not discovered. That is just me on my point number 2 when it comes to my, so why would Zungu go to Lishebane? Now, point number 3, the big question that I have. Who is this senior official? This is the most dangerous loose end in the entire story, Gesan, because Zungu has not clearly identified this person. As far as the records that we have in court, that person is senior enough to give direction, knew about Lishebane, influenced the starting point of a murder investigation narrative. That opens three serious possibilities. One, internal SEPS power struggle. Someone inside SEPS undermining Gininda's unity, perhaps, using Zungu as a channel, perhaps. I don't know. Also, secondly, intelligence-linked influence. A figure with access to sensitive information, steering the case direction quietly. Who is that person? Also, thirdly, fabrication risk. Senior official may be vague on purpose or a non-verifiable source. And in court, anything vague is unreliable. So, Uzungu, what is this? Also, fourthly, why this matters legally. This is not just politics. It hits evidence, admissibility, and weight. If the origin of the information is unclear, indirect, influenced by unnamed actors, then the court must ask, is this credible evidence or is it contaminated from inception? Even if admissible, its weight collapses. Do you understand? Now, my question stands, why Lishebane? Because it seems like there's something deeper. Who controlled the entry point of the Meyiwa murder narrative? Because if the starting point is questionable, the messenger is redirected, the source is unknown, then the entire structure built on that foundation becomes vulnerable. And now I am sitting here asking questions. Who sent Zungu? Now, the secret hand behind the breakthrough is very much important to know. Who was that person? Because this breakthrough, something is not right about, something does not sit well. It started with a detour. Why Constable Zungu, a constable, a messenger, a mysterious senior official who has never fully stepped into the light? Why? We're not asking what Zungu said. We are asking something far more dangerous. Who sent Zungu and why? What was happening behind the scenes? Something is going on there. Whatever it is, it's not something J. Now, guys, something is very bad. It's not even about what did Zungu say, not even whether Zungu was telling the truth. Who sent him? Who sent him? Who sent him? Because now this puts the beginning in a compromised situation. The entire case stands on something unstable. This case may not collapse because of what was said in court. It may collapse because who decided where the story should begin? What are your thoughts when it comes to that? I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.
The oxygen I need to survive, I'll be honest. Your loving